Hey guys, welcome back to the Curated Craftsmen. Welcome to the newest series of the Curated Craftsmen that I'm going to start calling the Artisan's Edge. And this is where I'm going to share quick insights to help you refine your craft and build a stronger creative business. These will be, 5 to 10 minute episodes where I'll be sharing creative insights from my own journey in creative entrepreneurship, or even just some thoughts or little takeaways from the conversations that I've had with these creative professionals we've been hosting on the Curated Craftsmen Podcast. So without further ado, today I want to kick this series off by talking about my word of the year, which is refine. Whether it's in art, business, or life, refinement isn't about making massive changes all at once. It's about small, intentional shifts that over time make a big impact. Now, this word actually found me at the end of last year as I was kind of reluctantly doing my New Year's planning and goal setting. I was genuinely content with where my business was at, but I wasn't going to let blank slate such as a new year escape me without some kind of goal setting. And so refinement and the word refined kind of found me. And I love that it took my already solid foundation that I felt was authentic to who I wanted to be as an artist and as a business owner. And it allowed me to just make small intentional shifts that hopefully over time will make a bigger impact. I didn't know that was going to include kind of letting go some of the things that I really love to do. And I also didn't really plan for the challenges that it would be to kind of refine down what makes my business the best it can be and what makes me the best version of myself that I could be. So I want to break this down. What does refinement look like in a creative business? If you've ever worked on a painting or any creative project, you know that refinement can happen in layers. You start with a rough idea, you can tweak things, you adjust colors, you sharpen the details, you do the fine tuning on the overall composition, and little by little, the pieces start to come together. Well, business works in the same way. Every project, every challenge, every revision is a chance to fine tune or refine not just your work, but the way you do your work. It's about noticing what's working, what's not, and making small adjustments to get better results in the end. But here's the thing, refinement is not always easy. A lot of times it means facing discomfort and making challenging choices, letting go of things that aren't serving us anymore, pushing through creative roadblocks, and figuring things out by trial and error is how this is done. Honestly, it's really just part of the process. There's a reason why the Bible talks about refinement like purifying metal through fire. It takes heat, pressure, patience, all the things that we just don't even want to think about to bring out something that in the end is strong and valuable, just like gold. So if you're in a season of questioning your direction, or you're maybe struggling with self-doubt, or you're trying to level up your work, don't see it as a setback. I encourage you to see it as part of the refinement process, something that's making you and your business stronger. All right, so how do we actually apply the idea of refinement in a way that's practical? Here are 3 areas you can refine in your creative business right now. Number 1, refine your workflow. So take a look at how you're structuring your time and your processes. Are there repetitive tasks that you could automate? Could you batch your content or emails so that you're not constantly playing catch up or feeling guilty for not posting? For instance, on Mondays, I do all of my social media content creation, hopefully the first week of the month, and then schedule out so that I don't have to be guilt tripped into being on social media while I should be standing at the easel. Even small tweaks like this to your workflow can save you time and keep you from feeling overwhelmed and guilty. Number 2, sharpen your brand messaging. Businesses evolve over time, and your messaging should too. Step back and ask yourself, does your website, your social media, and the way you talk about your work actually reflect what you do and who you want to reach? Refining your brand voice helps everything else feel more intentional and aligned. Personally, I've used Pinterest and ChatGPT as a tool for helping me find correct brand messaging. Number 3, elevate the quality of your work. So instead of focusing on doing more and more and more, let's focus on doing better. So maybe that means refining your artistic technique or taking a class, improving your product packaging, or even just a smoother client experience in some way. Small intentional improvements in your craft, your presentation, or your service can set you apart in a very big way. So as we move through this year, I know this is going to be coming out in March, and we are just kind of starting to get into the habitual schedules that we've set in the new year. I just want to encourage you to potentially embrace refinement, not as like a pressure to be perfect, but more as an invitation to grow, and grow specifically in the areas where you want to. Whether it's in your art or your business or even your walk with God, just the way that you show up every day, refining your work makes you more intentional, more resilient, and more aligned with what actually matters to you. Refinement and alignment are definitely one and the same. The work you're doing today, no matter how small, is absolutely shaping what's ahead. Every little improvement, every lesson learned, every thoughtful decision is leading you to something meaningful. All right, so thanks so much for tuning into this first episode of this mini-series I've titled The Artisan's Edge. I hope this episode gave you an edge up in your own creative business. If there's a specific topic you'd like me to cover about creative entrepreneurship, shoot me a message over on our Instagram page, the Curated Craftsmen Podcast. And if you'd like to support the show and help fuel the next Curated Craftsmen conversation, you can head over to our Patreon account and buy us a $5 round of virtual coffee. Every proceed goes towards the production of this podcast and helps us feature as many artisans as possible. Until then, I'll leave you with this encouragement from 1 Peter 1:7. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Jesus Christ is revealed to the whole world.